I'm busting it wide open. Hey! I love you, leather. No! 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 He wants to murder me now! No! No, I'm sorry!
He's like, okay, enough fishing. Ultimate betrayal.
He's got it. That's the only answer. Maybe he's just that good. How about that? Now let me stop. I'm not really that good. I'm just getting a little cocky for a second. All right, there we go. I feel good about this one. Oh, I fucked it up again. That's a long way down, y'all. That's a long way down. Oof. Guys, we lost.
All right. I think we waited long enough. Hey everybody, I am back from vacation. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome one and all to TV Land. I'm TV Antenna. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy and staying in good spirits. I was able to pop in and make sure some of y'all hydrate even though I was on vacation. Met a couple of new streamers along the way. Primarily I support my stream team, but I am slowly but surely branching out and finding some other streamers that are streaming a Mario game, and streamers that I wouldn't mind, hanging out with. So there is that. But nevertheless, I hope everybody has had a great week. I had a great birthday. I hung out with my brother. We went to Dave & Buster's. We got a Bojangles tailgate special. I treated people to Sweet Frog. We went to Damien's. We went to Red Robin. We went to other places. So needless to say, we had a good time. I come home, there's a fresh pack of Gatorade. So you know how that goes for TV Antenna. You should know me by now to know Gatorade is my primary source of hydration. But we had a great time. Of course, Friday was very, very chaotic because we had to deal with Tropical Storm Helene. And while we fared out okay, parts of the Carolinas did not fare out as well. And, Western North Carolina, still to this day, a decent chunk of Western North Carolina is underwater. Rocky Mount, North Carolina is cleaning up from a tornado that I saw on radar. I was mostly focused on the tornado threat, even though there were flash flood emergencies ongoing for Western North Carolina. They got so much rain and water that some of the things that they've set up to help block landslides and high water and flooding have stopped working. It just got overwhelming for them, so they had to get everybody evacuated, and they had to get people out of harm's way. Of course, there were still some water rescues and some that were rescued by boat, literally. And, parts of cities and parts of livelihood was taken down in landslides and mudslides. So it was very, very sad, but I was focused on the tornado threat in the Carolinas. In fact, I was awakened by my phone going off for a tornado warning for Horry County, South Carolina, where my mom and my brother and my brother's roommate live at. So I had to make sure they were aware of that. But we fared out okay. The circulation weakened before it got on shore real good. So they were able to pull the warning before it got to our neighborhood. So that was good news. Of course, there was another one to the east of there, and that one didn't verify either. But there were some tornado warnings that verified in central North Carolina, and some of them were not so good. Let's see if I can pull up the storm report count for Friday. That is Sunday. Let's see. Here we go. So how it worked, there were a couple of tornado warnings there was a tornado warning in Bladen County that verified. There was notably trees down, and they believed it was damage consistent with an EF0, which makes sense. Of course, there was a tornado confirmed in Sampson County with damage consistent with an EF1. And then there was a tornado that verified in Nash County with damage consistent to an EF3. Of course, there were a couple of tornadoes that verified in Pennsylvania County. One that was consistent with an EF2. Of course, there were trees down everywhere, trees and power lines down everywhere. Because we had a mesoscale convective system move through parts of central and eastern North Carolina with winds sufficient enough to knock down trees and power lines, and that verified as well. So that was that. And you know, stuff like this is a very humbling experience for the meteorologist. I think the flooding situation end of it resulted in loss of life. There were actually tornadoes on the 25th in North Carolina. Which was interesting to say the least. What happened was, between the storm system that preceded Helene and Helene itself, Helene actually opened up pretty good before it made landfall. And of course, overland it opened up even further into a full-blown trough, and even resulted in tornado warnings in West Virginia, Ohio, and Maryland. And there was one in West Virginia that suspiciously verified. So we were already getting tornado warnings even before Helene got over land real good. So that was a very eerie situation, to say the least. So even a couple of days before the big show got here, we had a proverbial pre-show and had storms that resulted in trees and power lines coming down. So it was just crazy. And we're still getting rain chances because the leftovers of Helene are circulating around Tennessee and Kentucky, and it's opened up. And the way storms dissipate sometimes they just open up into a broad trough. And because it's opened up into a broad trough, rain chances continue to be in the forecast for us. So we're still getting the effects of it, to say the least. And it's become kind of it's become a huge mess here. Now, thankfully, some of the storms out in the Atlantic are aiming to miss land. Of course, Mexico's getting its share of trouble from past tropical systems as well. And of course, there's another tropical wave aiming to affect portions of Mexico there. But the thing of most concern is a tropical wave aiming to move into the Gulf of Mexico within the next few days, and we'll see what it does there. Fingers crossed that Helene has caused enough cold water upwelling to where it won't develop into something too terrible. Sometimes tropical systems, because when the sun heats the water, I actually did not know this until a couple of years ago, but when the sun heats the water, it only heats like the first few feet of it. Real deep in the water doesn't get affected by the sun and stays cold. And sometimes what a hurricane does is it reaches so deep into the ocean that it brings up that cooler water. They call it upwelling. It brings up the cooler water to the surface. And sometimes, and that was the case with Florence. That's why, even though it brought all that flooding rain into southeast North Carolina, northeast South Carolina, it weakened to the point to where it only hit North Carolina as a 1, even though at one point it was forecast to hit as a 4 in 2018. But it caused so much cool water upwelling that it was able to weaken before it came on shore, and as a result, the big player in town was just the high water. So imagine if it hit as a 4 and caused both high water and extreme winds. So sometimes bringing up all the cool water is a blessing in disguise, in the sense that cool water weakens tropical systems. So we'll see how this wave out in the Gulf plays out. No guarantees. But we can only hope Helene brought up enough of that cool water to where this particular wave aiming to head into the Gulf doesn't form into too much of a disaster. It takes a while for those waters to warm. So our fingers are crossed it holds the form and we don't have to worry about it. But currently, as of 8, it's producing some shower and thunderstorm activity, and it's aiming to form probably by the weekend or early next week. The chances aren't that great right now, but that can change. And again, our fingers are crossed that some cool water upwelling from Helene will keep it from becoming a whole lot of something. So fingers crossed that holds the form. And we won't have to worry about it. So that was very eventful. So we had a weather catastrophe and a whole lot of fun in 1 week. So hopefully Western North Carolina, they dealt with flooding situations before, but they compared this one to past generational flooding events, which oftentimes when something is compared to generational flooding events, it's slated to be, to say the least, catastrophic. So, another bottle of Gatorade, you got it. I'll show you my fridge. It's right there behind my bed mattress. I stocked it up last night when I came back home. And by the way, don't tell Dad, but these coffee mugs and this is his Christmas presents, or his Christmas presents. Just so you know. That's just between us girls. I'm going to surprise them at some point in the game. But yeah, that was very eventful to say the least. And of course, again, I was mostly focused on the tornado threat. Because tornadoes do pose a direct threat to life and property. And some of those warnings, unfortunately, verified. So, still a lot of work to do on the meteorological end of things. So we can only hope that the weather weenies can learn their lesson and move past what happened and learn from what happened so that we can continue to pick up from what we have learned and apply that to future weather events, because we still have much to learn in the weather enterprise to figure out how these people have been fatally wounded by weather situations. And of course, there are that subset of people that, don't want help. And even though we try all we can, but there's that small subset of people that don't want any help. So they tell us to focus on the people that do want help. So those are the people we're rolling up our sleeves for. Kurganashi, what is up? Another fantastic teammate. We've had 3 teammates from La Familia today. God bless all of y'all for being here. We're just counting our blessings after what happened last week. Because Friday, parts of the Carolinas had a pretty bad disaster, really southeast U.S. in general. But, yeah, I'm very thankful to be okay, and very thankful to have gone through the situation unscathed. We were very fortunate on the eastern side, save some of those tornadoes that hit in central North Carolina. The one in Rocky Mount, I was able to see it on radar. The National Weather Service, over a decade ago, installed something called dual polarization on radar.
Let's see if I can
And
estimate
one of the products we use to check for tornadic activity is called the correlation coefficient. What it does once it collects the radar data is it sees what correlates and what doesn't correlate, and often what yields lower CC values is tornado debris, and sometimes it'll form a tornado debris signature. beforehand, we had to use our judgment with base reflectivity, but the CC product has really been a game changer in the weather enterprise. It was like opening a blind man's eyes, and we were able to detect evidence on radar that a tornado had been down. So sometimes it does such a great job. I know this was a hydrology event, Kuroganashi, but I was really fixated on the tornado threat. And we've had some pretty significant ones out of this one. It seems like often with these, seems like lately, often with these tropical systems that hit the Carolinas, we've had some pretty significant tornadoes that have hit. I still remember while I was yet streaming, we had tornado warnings in central North Carolina back in August, and my weather radio was going off, and it was kind of crazy. It resulted in an EF3 that killed somebody in Wilson County. So we're still kind of reeling from that, and now we got another EF3 that hit Rocky Mount from Helene. So we're really getting hammered with tornadoes in North Carolina lately. We usually don't get any in the strong category, but lately from these hurricanes we have been. We had some strong tornadoes from Dorian in 2019. We had some strong tornadoes from Isaias in 2020. And now we're getting some this year. So it seems like we're getting bad tornado threats. Of course, the flooding in and of itself was, I would call it generational. That's what I would call it. I would call it generational. Next time we have a flooding situation like that, I will be having a midlife crisis. Wink, wink. So I would call this probably a generational flooding event. The reason why we call it generational is because it happens once every 30 to 50 years on average. So it's mostly generational by nature. Last time the mountains had flooding this bad was before my time. I think back when my dad was a child, but I could be wrong. So these are mostly by nature generational. So while they will always have localized flooding events, always have, always will, statistically, the next time they'll have something this bad will probably be when I'm probably going through a midlife crisis. So hopefully between now and when the next generational thing happens, they'll be better prepared. We'll have even more better technology than we already have. Even our technology here has been very stellar. So I imagine this is more of a social more like a social science, human behavior psychologist type of humanitarian crisis than anything else, because the warnings were great, the warning process worked really well. It's how people are responding to the warnings that we're trying to fine-tune. So that's been mostly the thing that we're struggling with at the Weather Enterprise, is how people are responding to them, because some people aren't getting the warnings, some people are getting the warnings and not knowing what to do, some people are getting the warnings and not doing anything, and some people are getting the warnings and are doing some of the right things, but there could be extra layers of protection that they could be taking to increase their chances of survival. So the warnings are very good. The National Weather Service did a great job warning people. Hats off to them. It's the way people are responding to them that is what we're having to address. So that's going to be some answers that we will be pursuing, because I've learned a lot from meteorologists. There's a meteorologist I keep up with. His name is James Spann, and he works for ABC 3340 in central Alabama. And even though he's in his 60s, he's telling people he's just getting started. So he's rolling up his sleeves more so than ever to address every situation. And he's helping people better prepare. Got that time gumption. Interesting verbiage. I've never heard that before. But when the super outbreak of 2011 happened, a situation he's all too familiar with, because he actually remembers the outbreak of 74 when he was in high school. But he's full of his get up and go often gets up and goes, and or his get up and go often has gotten up and went, because there's just no stopping him. But I'm pretty confident he's going to be working that job till he dies. I'm pretty confident of that. But anyway, after the super outbreak of 2011 happened, the fatality count was so high from the tornadoes that hit Alabama that he was utterly distraught from it. So he consulted the people that study human behavior, psychologists and whatnot, and trying to get some answers from them. And they've given him ideas that he's implemented, because the warning process worked well. For a lot of people, they had like 30 to 40 minutes to take action, and yet some people, still were seriously injured or lost their life due to tornadoes. And so he was trying to get some answers from that. And, oftentimes the first question he asks is, did they ever get the warning? And if so, did they take action? Were there extra layers of protection that they needed? And things like that. So it was kind of life-changing and game-changing for him. They were able to help him out. They told him basically some things he already knew, but there were some other things that they told him that he could start implementing in his future weather coverage ordeals. one of the things that he's picked up on is people were still relying on outdoor ways of getting warnings, like sirens, that usually are only installed downtown. So if you live out in the middle of nowhere, you probably wouldn't hear them. So that was one thing he's picked up on. So he's trying to get weather radios into people's homes, which I totally get. I'm the proud owner of a weather radio. You can see that right behind those gifts, that antenna sticking up there. That's my weather radio. After some close calls with severe weather in 2019, that opened my eyeballs to where I got one. So I need to change the batteries on it. Batteries quit working, so I need to change the batteries on it. But here it is, right there. Every home needs one. There you go. Absolutely. Somebody unplugged mine while I was on vacation, and I'm going to get them for that. It's probably my dad. There were a lot of warnings that came as a result of Helene, and I think my dad got tired of it. But you know, it'll save your life. There have been a lot of success stories with weather radios where people survived tornadoes because their weather radio went off and they were able to take shelter. And even though the neighborhood was hit and their neighborhood was damaged, they came out of that sucker unscathed, thanks to the fact that the weather radio sounded off. So, there you have it. Hey there, Alan, what's up? I'm just sharing about my week off before we get into Mario Teaches Typing 2. And of course, we had a weather disaster while we were on vacation. So, you know, Mother Nature never takes a vacation just because you do. But go follow Alan. Right now he is working, but hopefully tonight he will be back in. There you go.
I think the stuff is new.
Yeah, that's also why, for some reason, James Spann is always.
Okay, it's fine.
You're more than welcome. I hope you're a blessing at work, and I hope to see you tonight.
This one will see me.
Via Twitch, of course, but I hope I get to see you tonight.
I'm lagging.
But yeah, a lot of people don't realize that the National Weather Service radio transmitters actually work independently of the cell service. So if the cell service fails, your weather radio will still work. So that is a very astute point. Because, you know, that's why, for some odd reason, James Spann encourages everybody to get a ham radio license. I'm on account of that. Because, you know, when the cell service doesn't work, your phone is basically a brick. So, he encourages everybody to get ham radio. But nevertheless, that's been one implementation that he's been getting, is for everybody to get a weather radio. And that's probably one of the things I'm going to do while I'm at the church I'm going to, is I'm probably going to try to get a weather radio into as many of those people's houses as I can. That will be my contribution to the vision of the church, to where I can get weather radios in everybody's home. There have been cases where there was a risk of severe weather while church events were happening, so I'm going to get them, make them privy to the tornado action plan, just in case we ever get a tornado warning while church events are going down on campus. So I am going to raise weather awareness at my local church. That'll be my contribution to the vision of the church, so that all of our residents will be safe, because tornadoes sometimes happen during church events. The event James often points to in terms of that is the 1994 Palm Sunday tornado event, where a tornado hit the Goshen United Methodist Church and killed 20 people. James is still good friends with the quote-unquote first family of the church. They had to bury a young'un because of that weather event. The couple's name is Dale and Kelly Clem. They're still doing pastoral ministry to this day. James has actually gotten to preach for them not too long ago. So, there you go. Sometimes Dale and Kelly invite James to preach at their church from time to time. Since the Goshen deal, God has reassigned them to different churches. So James has had the opportunity to preach for them from time to time. So there you go. But anyway, tornadoes do happen during church events. So it's always great for churches to brush in on plans, make sure every home is equipped with a weather radio. And then this is when he deals with some of the nitty-gritty, because there were cases where people heard the warning, they took shelter, but there were extra layers of protection that they could have had to increase their chances of survival. For example, head protection. One of the things that he discovered, there's a medical school in Birmingham, Alabama, the University of Alabama in Birmingham, which is a medical school. They did a peer-reviewed study, which was approved, that's shown that by wearing a helmet, people could increase their chances of survival, because many of the fatalities from tornadoes happen from blunt force trauma up here. Up here, skull, head, neck. We can survive a broken leg, you can survive a broken arm, we have casts, we have braces. God has blessed us. But it's hard to survive head trauma. Just painfully difficult to survive head trauma. And they believe by wearing a bicycle helmet, batting helmet, football helmet, motorcycle helmet, your chances of survival will drastically increase. So you can get them. I saw some at Walmart when I was going shopping with my mom at Myrtle Beach. So they're there. You just got to go buy one. Bicycle helmet. They're awful expensive at Walmart for some odd reason. I think inflation has laid a chokehold on the supermarkets and the franchises and such. Oh yeah, it can be. Nuances range from concussions to full-blown brain damage. To be fair, some people have taken such great care of the products that they have bought that, they can sell certain items and make a decent wad of cash out of it. So I think the thrift shop situation is slightly different than buying them fresh off the market. Because some people do take very good care of their products and can sell them for a decent wad of cash. So to a certain extent, that's different. But anyway, that's been what I've been pushing harder for, is for people to have helmets on in their safe places. Bicycle helmet, batting helmet, motorcycle helmet, football helmet, something for maximum head protection so that you can survive tornadoes. And there have been a lot of pictures of kids wearing bicycle helmets in the bathtub in their safe place. So people have really listened to him in terms of that, and so we thank the Lord for that. Certainly thankful for that as well. People are responding. On the one of the high-risk days of March of 2021, one of the sports anchors went to a sports store and shot video of the helmet section being pretty much completely rendered empty, because people were going to stores and buying bicycle helmets to protect them from tornadoes. So people are responding. We're getting traction. There's still a lot of work left to do, a lot of nuances that need to be taken care of. So there's still a lot of work to do, but we have, over the last decade or so, gained some traction, thankfully. So progress has been made. Feel free to type that in chat. Progress has been made. So that's that. People have been wearing helmet protection. The a case study he often goes to. Toko, what is up? Toko is here. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're doing well. If you've not followed So Totally Toko, fantastic streamer, is a person of many, many talents. He's how's it going? If you have not followed So Totally Toko, you definitely need to do so. He's a person of many, many talents. He's a streamer from what we would call across the pond in the United Kingdom. Fantastic streamer. He is also a musician, so if you are always on the lookout for good music, he could be the guy you're looking for. Toko, I thought about you while I was on vacation last week. My brother was playing Guitar Hero, the Guitar Hero arcade at Dave & Buster's. So I thought about you. I thought, you know something, Toko would blow that sucker clean straight out the water, because Toko is a musician. So you would have loved Guitar Hero Arcade. You would have blown that sucker clean straight out the water. So you would have absolutely loved it. So if you've not followed Toko and you're looking for a good streamer and some good music covers, you can follow him on Twitch, subscribe to his YouTube, follow him on the Twitter. I will not call it by its I will not call it by its new name. Just not going to do it. But definitely go follow Toko. We've been talking about my week of vacation, and of course, when it comes to weather, you know, I could ramble on for hours and hours and hours and hours about it. But I hope you stream. I hope you had a good stream. And apparently, Frosty Tools is taking a crap on me. I should never go on vacation because bots end up taking a crap on you whenever you are on vacation. Here we go.
I didn't get anything. What the hell? hell?
Go follow that guy. He's a fantastic streamer.
Why with the game?
He streams Jackbox, Among Us. Have you tried Goose Goose Duck yet? He does Fall Guys, and other things like that. So definitely go give him a follow. The open palm, ready to help people. Here you go. But definitely go follow him. He's a fantastic guy to hang out with. And of course, he's probably going to raid and run because he's a few hours ahead of me. And he's got to have dinner because he's a few hours ahead of me. He's at Greenwich Mean Time. I am at Eastern Daylight Time. They set the standard for everybody in terms of time, so. But anyway, that's another thing I've been trying to push for is helmets in the tornado safe place because it increases your chances of survival. And the thing that James Spann, the case study he refers to is the April 8th, 1998 tornado event where a violent tornado crossed into some of the smaller cities in Jefferson County and killed, I think it was like 32 people. And one of the people that it killed was a can't remember if he was 8 or 10 years old, but it killed a little child. And when an autopsy was made, it was because he was constantly hitting the head in debris. Tornado was so strong it destroyed the house and carried the whole household aloft, and he didn't survive the trip. But when they did an autopsy on him, they found out that it was blunt force trauma to the skull. Later on, they found out he played baseball. And, you know, they told him if he wore a batting helmet, he would have survived the tornado regardless of strength. And what it did. So, that's why the helmet usage, because it increases your chances of survival and protects your head. From blunt force trauma or anything falling on your head if the tornado hits the house. So that's been a big thing. The other two items he's emphasized in your tornado emergency kit is portable air horns or whistles, preferably the air horns, because if you're injured, you're out in the middle of nowhere, you know, squeezing that air horn can alert people that you're in need of assistance. So now they're training first responders, and some have already been trained to listen for that. The other thing is hard-soled shoes. I know when everybody goes home, they instantly transform into Fred and Wilma Flintstone pretty much. But you need hard-soled shoes because whenever a tornado hits your house, there's all kinds of sharp objects all over the floor, glass and nails and things like that, that can cut your feet in a minute. So, whenever people were going out to get help, they would survive the tornado fully unscathed. They just had, cuts and bruises that needed, disinfectant and whatnot. But they've had to have their feet amputated because they were walking on glass and shrapnel and nails and things like that, and it was cutting their feet all to shreds. And as a result, they've had to have, worst case scenario, their feet amputated. So having hard-soled shoes is critical in a tornado situation for the sake of the aftermath of it. I've also encouraged people to be a true friend in a situation like that. That's why when I do tornado warning coverage, I always tell people, if you know somebody in the path of a storm, in the path of a tornadic thunderstorm, call them or text them and bring it to their attention. And there have been a lot of success stories with that as well. It's not just me preaching it, it's a lot of people that have sent in testimonials that they survived the tornado because somebody messaged them, called them, texted them, and let them know that they were in the tornado warning polygon. They needed to take shelter. Even with the situation in 2019 in Lee County where 32 people were killed, not 32, 23 people rather, were killed in the tornado. There was somebody that survived the Lee County tornado because their daughter called them and let them know that they were under a tornado warning and they needed to take shelter. And they survived the tornado because somebody had taken the time to call them. So it works. It really, really works. So whenever you see a tornado warning polygon, if you know anybody in that polygon, call them or text them and let them know they need to be sheltered. You can be a true friend in that situation because, in today's digital world, people don't often pay attention to warnings like they should. They're probably watching Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, what have you. And by making a simple phone call, sending them a text, let's hope and pray the ringer is on, wink, wink, they can know about it, and they can get their family and their pets and get to shelter. So those are some of the things I push. Of course, there are other reasons why people die from tornadic thunderstorms, flooding situations, whatnot. Again, there's some people who don't want help. There are people that are stupid. They drive their car through a flooded roadway. Worst case scenario, their car gets washed away and they drown. We've had cases in North Carolina in 2020. We've had a couple of flooding situations where parents literally had to bury children because they were fatally affected by flooding situations. So we still have a lot of work to do in the hydrology end of things. There was a case in Alabama, October 2021, where a car was washed away and a couple of people were fatally affected by that. So we still have a lot of work to do in the hydrology end of things. We still have a lot of work to do in the tornado end of things. So we've gained some traction. Progress has been made, but there's still much more left to do. Like, for example, false alarms. We still get a lot of them in Raleigh, but Birmingham, James Spann worked hard with Birmingham after the 2011 super outbreak, and they were able to get their false alarm ratio down to 30%. At one point, they were able to get that sucker down to 20%, and James Spann had to pitch himself to make sure he was dreaming, because he never thought it was going to get that low. I mean, he was literally having to pitch himself to make sure he was dreaming. So now the warnings mean something, and now people take them much more seriously because more of the warnings verified than before. And of course, it's for more nuanced reasons too, because it's hard to warn for tropical spin-ups. People like to catch every tropical spin-up, and we're just not that good. Of course, there's always the quasi-linear convective system situation, and even that term alone makes my head want to just explode into a tiny into tiny little pieces because the National Weather Service wants to make our head explode with sophisticated terminologies. But those tornadoes are like bugs on a hot rock. They just come and they go. So that's that. It's like playing whack-a-mole, as James would put it. So there are tornadoes that are hard to warn for. So James is working with them to kind of better emphasize that in some cases tornadoes might sneak under the radar. So even if they're under a severe thunderstorm warning or a special weather statement that puts in the fine print that there could be a tornado, you know, to let them know to go ahead and take proper precautions as a course of least regret. So there's that. But of course the false alarms, because there were so many of them, people were desensitized. You know, in the verbatim, they hear we get these warnings all the time and nothing ever happens. And as a result, when a warning comes through the wire, even though the concern was legitimate, people don't take action and they ended up getting killed. But at least the Birmingham office has really made progress on that. Now we need to get the National Weather Service in Raleigh to, and some of the offices that surround us to kind of do a better job in vetting everything and making sure we're not issuing too many false alarms. Because I think Birmingham, according to James Spann, is pretty much leading the nation in the lowest number of false alarms, while at the same time maintaining the POD, the probability of detection. And I'll give you one more thing, and James has really taken this under consideration, especially in the last few years, is geographical literacy. We post these simple-to-read maps, and oftentimes the first 50 questions is, what about Raleigh? What about Durham? What about Fayetteville? What about Clinton? What about Roxbury? What about Oxford? What about Greenville? What about Greensboro? What about Winston-Salem? What about Kinley? What about Micro? What about Saratoga? What about Wilson? What about Elm City? What about Cary? What about Garner? What about? Insert town here. So what we're trying to get people to do is draw a dot within a few miles of their house. And unfortunately, there's a subset of people that cannot do that. So that's something we're taking under consideration as well, that there are people that just don't know where they are on a map. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Let's get to the gaming facilities. But yeah, every time... Yes, sir? Alright. Thank you. That was my uncle. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's good to have y'all here. I didn't mean to go on a tirade about the weather, but whenever something big like this happens, you know, it's something I'm very spirited about. So, y'all forgive me. I'm glad that y'all are here. Make yourself at home. I'm back from vacation. We're going to play Mario Teaches Typing 2, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. So, I hope everybody's doing well. It's great to have Kuroganashi here, Spooky Hunt, Alan Zleeman. We're always glad to have Alan with us. But today we're going to be playing Mario Teaches Typing 2. Of course, I treated my mom to Cracker Barrel yesterday, and as always, they want me to do a stinking survey. I left them a 20% tip. What should that indicate to them? But anyway, today we'll be playing Mario Teaches Typing 2. Since it's still technically September, we're going to do that for one more month. And then we're going to go into the spooky festivities. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be having my EMDR therapy session. And from there, we're going to be streaming Hello Neighbor on Wednesday, The Tick on Thursday, and Spider-Man versus the Kingpin for Late Night with TV Antenna on Friday. So Friday we will have a Late Night with TV Antenna stream, and I need to adjust that alarm accordingly. There we go. Because I'll be sleeping in Friday and doing Late Night with TV Antenna. So we'll be having a little bit of fun together. And I need to turn off my alarm for Saturday because I don't have a reading matinee. There we go. So there we go. So we'll be playing some of the spooky games later this week. Next week we'll be playing Luigi's Mansion, we'll be playing Hello Neighbor, we'll be playing Space Jam, and we'll be playing Spider-Man. My therapy session for Tuesday, October 8th has been pulled, so I might be adding a stream on Tuesday. We will see. I haven't made a final decision on that, but if I do, I'll let you know, and we will go from there. I might do, I might go ahead and do the Super Solvers game. We'll see. Maybe we'll pick a different game for November 1st for Late Night with TV Antenna. But we'll see what we do. But we'll be playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Space Jam, Spider-Man, Clue, a couple of ET games, and we'll just have ourselves some fun. So, after the first week in November, we'll be taking a break for the busy season, but we'll pick back up with January with Jack Nicklaus games to celebrate Jack's birthday. And I have the schedule updated pretty much through my 33rd birthday next year. So that's all the games I'm planning on playing. I'm going to run a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll do Mario Teaches Typing. I'm also going to do a poll. I'll let you decide where we start, but don't go away. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Welcome back to TV Land. I hope y'all are doing well. I am TV Antenna. Screen's only dark temporarily, but rest assured, here we are. And once again, I've rearranged my desktop. But anyway, you see that icon right here? By the way, we'll be playing this game in early November. That's why I have that up here. But here is where the fun begins. Now I will be doing the poll. So quit your stinking lurking and vote.
Oh, hello! It's me, Mario! And I want to thank you for choosing Mario Teaches Typing. I know you...
Sorry about that, y'all. Some reason the music is not playing, but okay. But I've administrated a poll. So there you go. Where shall we begin? Yeah, let's have a campfire and sing our campfire song. I don't know why the music isn't being heard. But okay. Still got some time left. Let me reload the game and see if that
That was fantastic. See you
does
next
any
time.
good.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Don't you just love the talking Mario?
Oh, hello.
Alright,
It's me, Mario.
it's not loading
and
up
I'm going to
again.
thank you for choosing Mario.
But at least you
Teaches
got to see the
Typing.
intro twice.
I know you're going to be a great
And you could hear
typist.
Mario go, "That was fantastic," in his classic Charles Matinee intimidation. Or imitation. Well, apparently everybody's lurking. That's okay. I'll just go ahead and make my rounds. Okay.
Ooh,
Hey,
look
Craig
who's
and Ashley, what's
first.
up? Yeah, people keep forgetting that. Cool. I tried to run a poll, but that didn't go so well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where they wanted me to start at, but guess that won't be the case. But here are the three characters you can play again. You can play as either Mario, Princess, or Linguini. Don't tell Dawn that. Alright, that's just between us girls. I know one time he threw somebody out of there because they thought, um, but anyway, yeah. Remember that one time he was like, "What did you say? Luigi's better than Mario? Get out of here!" So funny.
My nose is funny against this screen.
But anyway, this is the this is why I wanted to take the poll, because we were going to do this today, as I promised you a few weeks ago. Because the first time we played it, we did it start to finish. Second time we played, we did the timed evaluation. But now, today, we're going to choose a level to play.
Hey, are you ready to Mario size? Okie dokie. You do just like Mario, okay? 1. Very good. 2. And 3. Oh, sorry. That's hard for you, but easy for me. You know why? I ain't got nobody. Get it? Nobody?
But yeah, we can start from the beginning, and then when we click one of those levels, whether it's beginning, intermediate, or advanced, we can start whatever sub-lesson we can do. But practice is when we just practice typing without all the pleasurable gameplay stuff. But what my brother and I used to do, because we didn't know there were AVI files of the Mario head, we would just do this.
My nose feels funny against this screen.
We would always do that to trigger the Mario head, because we love the Mario head. But then later on we discovered that, you know, the Mario head, AVI files on Mario head.
I'm going to fly for you. I hate my nose.
But yeah, we always did that to trigger the Mario head. The animations here are pretty cool. Good to see you here, Alan. I hope your work shift went well. Much love to you as well. We're doing Mario Teaches Typing 2, and we're here on this screen.
Oh no! I'm a fallen, and I can't get off. That is my impression of American advertising. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's pretty fun, isn't it? See the talking Mario head.
Oh, look! It's a Mario's Export Express.
Latitude, what's up? Thank you for being a cheerleader for one singular bit. We've had a lot of stringers visit our stream today. God bless y'all.
Like my moves, Mr. Bouncer Man.
Get your ass out of my face.
I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Want to make sure I got everybody shouted out. That's a pretty cool graphic. I hit the practice button. You can see we can do home row, we can do home and top row, we can do all the letters. We can do letters and numbers. We can do letters, numbers, and symbols. And this would have been another poll that I run. But anyway,
That was great. Want to try again?
And there you go. 5 minutes of typing, and there you have it. 93% accuracy, 66 words per minute, 1229 keys typed, 79 errors in 5 minutes. Problem keys J, spacebar, and F. So there you go. Drink in the results. Let's go back to the menu. What it is, it's this. I don't know why the music isn't coming up.
Have you seen the princess? Princess! Oh, look! It's a Mario's Export Express.
We don't play Mario's Export Express enough, so we might as well. I don't know why the music isn't popping up today, but it's okay. We can do this Acapulco, I guess.
You're doing great.
So there you go. 90% accuracy. More errors than last time, but higher WPM than last time. 1371 keys typed. Problem keys are A, F, and spacebar. And I tell you what, I'm going to load up the ISO file. Because this was actually originally a CD. But here in the new digital world, we have the ISO file. Ready to have some fun. Hey Alan, what's up? Thanks for the heart.
Hello, it's me, Mario. Thank you for starting me up.
And it's still not doing the thing.
That was fantastic. See you next time. Okay, bye-bye.
So I tell you what.
Peekaboo.
Let's play those talking Mario head things. I love the talking Mario head. There they are. I forgot it glitched every time it changed videos. Even resizing it does it really good, but look at that. Look how badly it glitches up. Let's see if I can find.
You got something to drink? Oh, nice computer you got here. Look better when I'm standing still. Hey, I'm a thirsty. Hey, don't leave me all alone. Hey, where is everybody? Come back. I'm a video game. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I think this is when he does the Mario size.
Hey, are you ready to Mario size? Okie dokie. You do just like Mario, okay? 1. Very good. 2. And 3. Sorry. Hard for you, but easy for me. You know why? I ain't got nobody. Get it? Nobody? Can I sing a song for you? When the moon hits your eye like a big beat, that's amore. He lunges it out and he takes a bite of your snout. That's amore. Get it? Amore il? I said it funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as fast as the last time. Are your fingers getting tired? Mine would be by now. If I had any.
I think this is when he sings a song.
Uh-oh, that wasn't quite as fast as the last time. Are your fingers getting tired? Mine would be by now. If I had any.
I don't know why the sound is going nuts.
Oh, hello! It's me, Mario, and I want to thank you for choosing Mario Teaches Typing. I know you're going to be a great typist. Boy, that was a tough lesson, but I bet if we do it again, it's gonna be easier. I'm a video game. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Hey, don't leave me all alone. Hey, where is everybody? Come back. Fantastic. See you. Okay, bye-bye. Peekaboo. Oh boy, finally, I'm gonna get to move on the ground. Here we go. Moving on the ground, moving on the ground. Hey, where'd everybody go? Oh, there you are. Welcome to the outside world. You're going to be typing one letter at a time. I know you can do it. For you. When the moon hits your eye, like I, that's amore. When an eel lunges out and he takes a bite of your snout, that's amore. Get it? Amore eel? I said it funny. I'm going to fly for you.
Here we go.
Mm, mm, mm,
Woo.
mm. Ah, I hit my nose.
There you go.
That wasn't quite as fast as the last time. Are your fingers getting tired? Mine would be by now. If I had any.
Yeah, the talking Mario head videos are just hilarious. But just in case you missed it last stream, well, I'll tell you what, while that is loading up, I'm going to go ahead and run another ad. Well, it's already loaded up, but I'm still going to run another ad. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Just in case you missed it, let me go ahead and make sure Sweetheart Allie hydrates. I'm always making the rounds behind the scenes. I'm always making sure people hydrate. It's what I do. Alright. Now, for those of you that didn't know, Mario teaches typing 2 is so old that it was actually a Windows 3.1 game. So, here we go.
Hello, it's me.
There we go.
Mario. Thank you for starting me up.
Of course, it sounds different than it does on a more modern machine. Of course, the window's smaller too.
I'ma look better when I standing still. hungry. Have you got any food?
Mhm.
Oh no! I'm a fallen and I can't get up. That is my impression of American advertising. Thank you very much.
Hey, Ayo Snipes Epic, what's up? Another amazing streamer from our family. Hope you're doing well. Let's go.
Yeah, chicken had no chance, mate. He ain't even got fucking hands.
There he is.
I mean, what?
We'll give him a follow.
Feathered it up.
Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going well in your part of the world.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up because I'm leaving myself open for far too many clips to teeth the ring.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
Oh look! It's a Mario's Export Express. That was great. Want to try again?
Well, there you go. $13.75 keys typed, 73 errors. That's actually less than last time. That's pretty good. 52 words a minute, 94% accuracy in 5 minutes. Problem keys J, G, H. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how old this game is. Yeah, that should give you an indication of how old this game is.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now I'm going to show you something really cool.
Peekaboo.
For those of you that don't know, Mario has been teaching people how to type since the MS-DOS era. And it's not loading up. That's Mario's fundamentals. It was working 2 weeks ago. What's wrong? Is it because I don't have the disk in? Maybe because I don't have the disk in. Let me find that disk again. Let me reboot. Let me reset the machine. See, Mario has been teaching people how to type for 40 years now. And I'm about to show you proverbial receipts. Y'all ready? That's Mario teaches typing too. What am I doing? Here we go.
Thank you for choosing Mario Teaches Typing. from Nintendo and Interplay. Okie dokie, let's do the next lesson.
There you go. This is Mario Teaches Typing 1. So Mario has been teaching people how to type since the early 1990s, over 40 years.
Oh, that's the file menu. Oh, there's the student menu. That's the lessons menu. Okie dokie, let's do the next lesson.
And there's your keyboard. How do you like that Mario face? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 0. So you can see. Look at the colors of each finger and the colors of this keyboard, and that should give you a guide.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's all my furniture? Hey, somebody must have brought a moving van in here. Mario's Smash and Dash. Hey, you must be pretty ready to type now, so do it.
And this is how 1 was. I got demo mode on, trying to figure out how that works. You don't have all the options that 2 has, but you still have some liberties here, which is pretty cool.
Okay, are you ready to Mario size? Okie dokie. You do just like Mario, okay? 1. Very good. 2. And 3. Oh, sorry. That's hard for you, but easy for me. You know why? I ain't got nobody. Get it? Nobody? You have a nice place here. Very nice. Nice keyboard too.
So there you go. Well, anyway, just lesson times. Wow, practice for 10 minutes. Yeet.
You can select your mode of play from the icons on the right edge of the screen. They are the outside world for beginners, the intermediate underwater world, the underground advanced level, and the practice level. You must type at least 10 words per minute to reach the underwater world and 30 words per minute to reach underground. You can edit your words per minute from the student menu. Oh boy! The report card reviews your progress and next steps you through each level at the best rate for you. At the top of the screen are the pull-down menus. From the File menu, you can view help screens, set preferences, or quit the program. Bye-bye. The Student menu lets you create a new student, load a previous student, or edit a student. The Lessons menu lets you select from the various lessons available.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice computer you got here. Can I have it? That was fantastic. See you next time. Okay, bye-bye. Peekaboo.
And he does the same thing that he does in number 1. That's pretty cool. Now back to 2.
Mario, and I want to thank you for choosing Mario Teaches Typing. I know you're going to be a great typist.
Yeah, I still don't understand why the music isn't showing up here. It's pretty cool.
That was fantastic. See you next time. Okay, bye-bye. Peekaboo.
So there you go. Mario Teaches Typing 2. But we will revisit this game next year. Or maybe in... Actually, I think we'll be visiting it once in March for Mar-10 month. For the month of Mar-10. So we will revisit that game again then. But you can open all the files when you open up the game. And of course it comes with its own share of demos, which we're not going to fiddle around with. Of course it's got its manual on how to play. I don't know what VFW is, but this is where you get all the really cool Mario videos and stuff from right here. So you can play all the Mario tunes, the tunes from in-game, and things like that. But we will revisit this game in March. Those are some really cool things. Spooky Hunt, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We were just chilling today. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been a blessing. So again, you know me, I've got a vent when it comes to the weather, so hopefully you appreciated my your willingness to hear me out. I know I do. I'm always appreciative of y'all. It's always good to see y'all, and thanks to everybody for welcoming me back with open arms. It's always a pleasure to have y'all here. It's always a pleasure to be a student in Mario's school. We're very thankful for them. But anyway, that was the one tune, or one of the tunes we didn't hear in any of the Mario games, really. But we will definitely be playing this game again next year. We'll be playing it for my birthday month, and maybe for Mar 10. It might even play 1 and 2 for Mar 10. We'll see. And it's always a pleasure to see y'all here. We thank you for being here. It's getting close to time for me to get ready for lunch. And it's close to time for me to get ready to go to work. I clock in at 5. Now that I'm back from vacation, we're back to the grind. I am off tomorrow, but I'm also going to take the day off of stream tomorrow for my EMDR therapy session, and Deb and I might do some things when he gets home from school. So we'll see how that goes. But Wednesday, we will begin the Spooky Month festivities. So be sure to tune in then. We'll be playing Hello Neighbor. We will be playing The Tick. And we will be playing Spider-Man versus the Kingpin Friday night for Late Night with TV Antenna. And that will be having several Friday night streams. The only Friday where we won't be able to do a Friday night stream is the 25th, and that's because I have a Rudy matinee. So we will be doing a Friday morning stream on the 25th. But there you go. November 1st, we'll be doing, we'll be extending the festivities one more night for Late Night with TV Antenna. Then first week in November, we're going to party. Yeah, we will be playing Mario Teaches Typing 2 again on March 13th of next year. So there you go. But it is good to see y'all here. We're going to be sending the love to somebody new again. I don't think we've ever raided into this person before, but I met her when I joined Alan's Lehman server, and she is such a fantastic human being, always full of enthusiasm. I think I might buy some of her merch to continue my Christmas shopping. But I always love to send the love somewhere else whenever I've concluded. And we're just going to send it right over to Venor Dark Wolf. Again, she does have merch if you want to support her monetarily, or you can subscribe to her channel, or fetch her a few dollars via coffee or stream elements. But nevertheless, we're going to raid into her. We're going to see how she's doing and everything. Thank you for joining the Mario Teaches Typing Party. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you guys Wednesday for Hello Neighbor. We're going to see how well we do against Theodore Peterson on the pre-alpha and the alpha. But of course, we'll be revisiting that game several times in October to get through the actual game and potentially some mods like Hello Neighbor Deluxe, the development game, the prototype. It's going to be a huge party for sure. So have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless you. And I'll talk to you guys later. See you Wednesday. Thanks for your time.